Howdy folks, it's Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, making another quick video for you out of Boise, Idaho. This video may be edited together. Like, I don't edit my videos, they're all raw, but I may have to make 2 or 3 different videos and then stick them together just in case you're watching this video to try to figure out how to actually replace the wheel bearings on your Honda ACTY vehicle. I've been making a few videos about this, mainly because there's almost no information out there, and what little information there is, it's great information. There's just, like I said, very little information. So this is basically going to show you how to do this job from a completely different perspective, and that's what I like about the information on the internet is oftentimes there are different perspectives on how you can approach a job. So what we're doing on this job that I haven't really seen other than on the Japanese websites and Japanese YouTube is how to replace the inner wheel bearing as well as the outer wheel bearing. So ultimately, you do have to remove the axle to do so. Now, even in the procedure, I have not found anywhere where it tells you to remove the torsion bar completely. And yes, this is a torsion bar, and that's what it's called. So if you're trying to look anything up on the internet and you're thinking that you're not finding anything, try looking anything associated with wheel bearings, axles, or anything. Try looking it up associated with the torsion bar of your Honda ACTY van. So that's what I found was one of the key things to finding what I needed to find was figuring out what in Japanese they actually consider this part to be. What is it called per part number? So it is a torsion bar. So, okay, so then you've got your hub on here, obviously, and all that other good stuff. Okay, so removing the torsion bar completely, I'm not sure if it's necessary or not. For us, it ended up being necessary so we could get the axles out completely and also rebuild the axles. But I believe just to replace your front wheel bearing, you can get a special tool, and you don't necessarily have to completely remove the torsion bar. However, at first I thought, oh man, we're going to have to do all this extra work. We got to completely remove the torsion bar and do all that mess. This is no fun. But in the end, it turns out with needing to replace the inner wheel bearing, ultimately, I've decided that taking the extra time to completely remove this torsion bar, put it on the bench so you can work with it, is absolutely worth it. So, in my book, go ahead and completely remove your torsion bar. Now then, if you do that and you get the axles completely out, I've come to find out that you don't need any special tools to pop the bearings out. All you need to do is remove the back plate on the inner bearing here, okay? And then go ahead, and that will allow you to remove your seal, and then the spacer in there moves down. It moves around in there. So you can take a punch, and you can punch this bearing out, and then you can go from this side, and you can punch this bearing out. And then, as you can see, I've already done it and cleaned it up on this side. So you can punch both of those bearings out, and then you can go ahead and repack your new bearings. What I've got here, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are the same inner and outer bearing. So then you just pack your new bearing with grease, and then you go ahead and you install your new bearing. So that is what I figured out. So I'm going to go ahead and punch these bearings out and show you what that looks like. Okay, so as you can see here, I now have a bearing installed there, and I'm going to get all this mess cleaned up. So now the bearings do come packed with some grease. Personally, I don't agree with this minuscule amount of grease that is packed in there, so I like to pack them myself as well. In order to punch the bearings out, I did need a screwdriver and a couple different punches, and then I ultimately did end up using my installer as well. So I used the smaller one there, and I just went in from the inside. The inside bearing was a lot easier to punch out through here with the screwdriver. The outer bearing did not want to come out, so that took quite a bit of beating and all that other stuff. So So there you go, folks. If you're trying to replace both inner and outer bearings on your Honda ACTY and you're here in the States and you can't find any information, I hope this video helps. I think the biggest key point is, at the end of the day, personally, I think it just takes a lot of stress off of you if you just remove the torsion bar completely with the axles, put it on the bench, and get it done that way. So, alrighty, folks. Well, I'm going to go ahead and work towards getting this finished up. Thanks for coming out and watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, signing off.